All right, hey everybody, how y'all doing? I'm
How's it going?
Curtis Payne, the Big
Shama?
KP.
Small Shama. Little. Big.
So we're out here camping in the Daniel Boone National Forest and making these videos. We've been doing these together for a little bit now. We did it on my personal channel, and now we're going to make our own channel and see if we can maybe kind of take it a little bit more serious and do a little bit more of explaining what's going on, showing some better views of the trails, and actually giving some descriptions and things like that of what's going on. So tonight's our first night. Last night was our first night being out here camping, just the two of us. No kids this time, no wives, just us out here, just hanging out, having a good time, and trying not to get eaten by bears. So
We're roughing it. Really, first time camping out with hammocks. We just found us a little spot right down by the river.
yeah,
We are right before you get to Indian Creek down in the gorge, so deep down in it. But we found a beautiful spot though. We were kind of scrambling because we got here late afternoon on a Saturday, but it worked out really good for us.
yeah, we had to drive quite a bit and look at a few different spots and got run off by someone who's been camping for a little while. But yeah, we found a decent spot here. First time doing the hammocks, it was a little nerve wracking, but
We had some visitors in the night from some wildlife.
a little bit. It makes you a little nervous,
It
but
worked out though.
just different. It was good overall. The sleep was good. I had good sleep when I did sleep,
Yeah.
but so
Sleeping in the hammocks was nice, and I mean, we had a nice chill out. Like you could see your breath definitely in the
yeah,
middle of the night
it was
last
like 90
night.
degrees
So
yesterday, and then boom.
we're down to like 50 in the
Yeah,
middle of the night. So
yeah.
you gotta be
I wasn't
careful
ready
if
for that.
you're doing the backpack camping. Like make sure you're prepared. You got warm clothes or insulated bags, or there's different ways that you can protect yourself from the elements. But if you're going out here and you're doing the backpack camping, just make sure that you're prepared for the chill in the air for the evening time.
Yeah, yeah. Down here by the river, it got a little colder than I expected it to be. So let me pan around here. I'll show you our campsite. Here's Shama's hammock here. He's got a nice one. It did really good for him. He's right over here by the fire, and then mine's back there, hanging up. I got that tree's actually alive. That's fallen over there, but it just fell over, and the roots are still in the ground, so it's still living. So I was able to hook onto that, and then that other tree there as well.
We're literally right by the river.
Right
Over
by
here.
it. There it is, right down
We
there.
got the water right next to it.
So it was pretty cool sleeping by the river.
Nice.
Some frogs splashing last night and croaking, and
Had a little visitor from a raccoon or something.
yeah,
small and furry.
something small and furry darted through.
And then some snorting from something bigger.
Yeah, yeah, that was
So
fun.
be prepared for that. Of course, we're out in the wilderness, so
Yep.
that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Nothing really came up and bothered us, but they were all making their way through the woods at night. But so what are we doing today, Shama?
we're doing a pretty fun trail. We're doing a trail called Cloud Splitter. Usually we would have to do a 6-mile hike to get to this place, but we are going to utilize a shortcut that turns it about into a mile and a half.
Good deal.
The only bad thing about the shortcut, it does go straight up the mountain. We will connect into the Shaltoi Trace rough trail, but we're going to cut up the mountain first and take that up to Cloud Splitter. Cloud Splitter is somewhat of a challenging hike. It's definitely not for beginners.
Yeah,
I would say I would rate it more on a difficult strain, just because there are some pretty good scrambles, probably about 4 or 5 foot scrambles that you have to go, about 2 or 3 of those just to get up to the cliff face. And then there is a crack that you can climb up on the right hand side, or a rope that you can climb up in the middle to be able to get to the actual summit of Cloud Splitter. Cloud Splitter is pretty unique because it has a crack in the mid part of the cliff face that you can climb up into, and there's actually a cave and a window that overlooks the valley below Cloud Splitter. So should be really pretty. Like I said, this is definitely more of a difficult hike, so probably not the best to bring animals to, and a lot of people like to hike with their dogs. Small children, probably not a good one for them. and the more elderly people, probably not a good one for them. So if you are pretty confident as far as in your ability to scramble and climb, I would definitely suggest this one. But it's definitely one of the more prettier views along the lines of what like a Chimney Top Rock or a Hanson Point viewpoint is. So we're going to have a really gorgeous view of the Red River Valley once we get to the top.
Sweet, good deal. Yeah, and now you mentioned the Shalatoe Trace Trail. So tell everybody what that is.
It's a trail that runs all through Kentucky. It's roughly about 300 plus miles. It runs basically from one end of Kentucky to the other. It is a trail that the pioneers utilized to be able to traverse Kentucky. And
it's the north and south, though.
Yeah.
Not the east and west, all the way through Kentucky.
Yeah.
Just so people know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it goes through a lot of really beautiful areas, crosses a lot of rivers, goes by a lot of lakes. So it's a pretty big challenge for people to do the entire trail.
Yeah.
But you know, it's kind of one of those staple marks as far as that. Not quite as extravagant as the AT, but you know, for something smaller to do just state-wise, it definitely has a lot of really beautiful places, and it runs straight through Daniel Boone National Forest.
And all the way through the gorge.
Yep, all the way through the gorge.
Yeah.
So
a lot of trails in the gorge either
branch off of it or
branch off, connect to it, or even just part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So even if it's just a small section, you'll see a lot of those that actually will utilize the main trail to branch off to other smaller trails. So.
And I'm just going to throw this out there, Shaman. You might not be down for this, but how about if we get 100,000 followers, we do the whole Shalatoe Trace Trail?
I'd be down. Honestly, it's something that I've wanted to do. It's a bucket list thing for me. I've done most of it in small portions, so yeah, I don't. You know, that it would definitely be probably a 2.5 week excursion, but I mean, we could do it for sure.
All right. That's our challenge. So everybody, like, subscribe, follow us. Hey, we don't have a name for this YouTube channel yet. We're gonna have to figure out one before we post this video, but we'll work on that, and you all help us out. We're gonna we'll do these videos for fun. We're gonna do them to help people out with knowing a little bit more about the trails. You know, we don't know everything, but if we learn something along the way, we'll let you know, and then everybody has the knowledge. But yeah, like, subscribe, and if we can get YouTube paying us to do these, then that'd be even better. Oh, another thing I want to say too is that filming in any national forest, you're supposed to have a permit for that, and you're supposed to pay like $150 a day. That's only if you're making money, though. So as long as we're not making money on these videos, we don't have to worry about paying it. But we would like to pay that. Sure. So like, subscribe, and so that we can pay that and help the whole national forest and everything else. So
yeah, these videos are for fun, but they're also kind of educational for people who want to know more about the area and may not be familiar with it. So it gives you guys an opportunity to kind of see firsthand, you know, what's out here, and then learn a little bit as far as how to go about these hikes and where they're located. And you know, so we're going to show you as far as where we park, where we go enter in the trail from off of 77, where we connect into the main trail. So it's going to be real useful. You can find this information out there through certain books. Usually there's not very many maps out there that have the places that we're going. We know a lot of this stuff from firsthand experience, just being out here looking around and talking to people. And, you know, so a lot of our knowledge comes from firsthand from other individuals. But you know, it can be hard out here, and you know, there's a lot of beauty down here, but if you don't know where you're going, it can be really hard to know where the good trails are and what the adventures can be as far as things that you can see out here. So hopefully, you know, with this channel, you guys can see a lot of the things that we've already done. We'll go back and do a lot of the things that, you know, we've already have some old footage from some other channels that we've broadcasted on. So hopefully you guys learn some stuff and have some fun along with us.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
Bam.
Hey guys, just kind of giving you guys a little input as far as some of the gear that we're going to have be utilizing. You know, For a hike that we're doing today, it's not a super long hike, so our biggest focus is just going to be water. I'll be using a 2.5 quart Camelback just because of the convenience of having the water strapped to your back. It's lightweight, easy to maneuver with. We will also be carrying Life Straws with us. They're about 650 milliliters that these will hold, so between the two of them, we should have plenty of water for this type of trip. That's the biggest thing that I will emphasize, is always make sure that you have a good adequate source of water. The good thing about the Life Straws is if you do run out, then you just need to find a source, which throughout the gorge there's plenty of water sources that you can utilize to be able to fill up so you don't run out of water.
And the Life Straw has its own filter inside of it. It's actually part of the straw, and it filters out 99.9% of all stuff you don't want in your water.
You definitely don't want to just be drinking natural sources of water. I know there's a lot of people that have some certain debates on it, but dysentery out in a place like this would be horrific. There's very few restroom facilities available, especially if you're doing a couple of day camp out. You don't want to spend that time with an upset stomach, and
No.
It's just not worth it. So make sure that you think ahead, protect yourself, drink plenty of water, especially if you're going up on a ridgeline hike like we're doing today. It's going to be hot up there. It's going to be very exerting to get up there, so you want to make sure you stay super hydrated.
Yep. And Life Straws also, they help out the third world countries and stuff like that. They provide clean drinking water to a child. Every time you drive by one of these, they provide clean drinking water to a child in a foreign country, third world country, for a year. So that's super cool.
And it's much better than carrying around water bottles. Obviously, water bottles, there's issues as far as the plastic and you can recycle, but with these, you're constantly using them, so there's no need to even worry about that.
Yep.
So, environmentally safe.
Yeah. So, and we try to keep that stuff in mind.
Definitely.
You know, we're all about the nature, and that's where we want to spend a lot more of our time. So, you know, even when we buy water, we try to do it in the big jugs, and even that way we can refill those as well. Multi-purpose plastic, you know, not just one-time use.
Definitely.
So, all right, well, we're gonna probably cut this video off and start a new one for our trail, because this intro got a little long, but we'll do that, and then
so you'll be able to check out our second video super soon, because we're on our way to go make that now.
Let's do it.
So we'll see you all soon. Y'all have a great day.
Here we go.